I'm Jordan. I had BSG on September 9th, 2019, and today I wanted to talk about some things that maybe your surgeon won't tell you. Not that they're a bad surgeon, none of that. It's just surgeons are surgeons, nutritionists are nutritionists, counselors are counselors, that kind of thing. Not that our surgeons are bad, just not the information you're going to get at an appointment where maybe you thought you would get this information. So the first thing is they don't talk to you about, they'll tell you your first week of post-op and what you're going to be doing, what to expect, but they leave out the aspect of mourning the person and the things that you used to do, because all at one time it hits, right? Like all of a sudden you can't eat the same. All of a sudden you can't drink the same way. All of a sudden, you're having to take blood thinners every day and all these other things. So they don't warn you about the mourning period that you go through for about a week, where it's like, man, I wish, you're just having like buyer's remorse. Like they don't talk about it. And it is a thing. Everybody has those thoughts like, what did I get myself into? This is a lot. And it's normal to have all those feelings because you're going from one extreme to another really fast. The second thing is saying no to certain foods, and foods won't happen forever. There's going to be a time where you're having Christmas and you have the stuff you want to have, or a birthday party or a wedding or whatever it may be. You're not always going to say no to sugar. You're not always going to say no to Starbucks. You're not always going to say no to whatever your food group is that you're saying no to, and it's okay. It's okay. This is about learning a healthy lifestyle, still having the things you love in moderation, and by moderation I mean rare, not all the time. We're not treating ourselves to food all the time, those kinds of things. It's a rare time that you're going to have your Starbucks, or the rare time that you're going to have, a slice of cake. I had my first slice of cake and it was about this big, not that big, but like teeny tiny, okay? It was small, and I had that yesterday, and I'm 2 years post-op, because I was always telling myself no, and in my head that was always my trigger food. Like I wanted cake all the time. I love sweet things. Like I love to bake, I love to cook, all of those things. So it was a mental thing for me in saying no to cake and why I did. And the third thing is the mental aspect is far harder than anything else you're going to go through in this journey. All the medical things, you'll overcome those, with whatever help or advice that you go with. But the mental side of things is a daily renewing of your mind, a daily, like for me, this is what it looks like daily speaking the truth about myself to myself. Because when you lose 115 pounds, when you look in the mirror, you have all of the skin. And it's a reminder of what was, right? Like it's still there. You still see it. You see it every single day. And even though what I am is healthy, I'm getting fit, I am stronger, I am leaner, all of those things. But when I look in the mirror still, I have to continually renew my mind in the truth of who God says that I am, because I still see the almost 300-pound me, because the skin is still there. I can move the skin and I'm tiny, but when it's just there and it's just hanging and it's heavy, that is the part that nobody talks about, that mental side of things, where that body dysmorphia thing, and I hate putting labels on things, I hate doing that, but I'm just calling it for what it is a real thing in our minds, because we are visual people. We like to see things and all of that. So that mental side of it is very difficult, and it's an everyday thing, and still being proud of where you're at, even though your body still shows yesterday. The next thing is the outcome of your success is up to you. Our weight loss surgery is just the tool, but our success is determined upon us, our determination, our discipline, our will to say no most of the time, our hunger to want better for ourselves. And our tool can only do its job, but we can pick up the rest. And whatever else that can't be picked up, God will do for you. And I know a lot of people have their own beliefs, but for me, I could not have done this journey without the Lord. I could not. I would not be where I'm at right now. I would have already started regain and all of those things. And the next thing is sometimes weight loss isn't always quick. Your surgeon is going to tell you that you're going to lose the bulk of your weight in between 6 months and 12 months. And for me, I did lose a large amount of my weight the first 6 months. But right after 6 months, I started to really slow down, and it was just my body catching up. And I've gradually gone after that. It was a very slow rest of the process. I'm still losing sometimes. Sometimes I maintain, sometimes I lose, and I'm 2 years post-op. So don't get discouraged if yours is not super speedy quick, like a lot of people lose their 120 or whatever pounds in their first 6 to 8 months. Do not get discouraged if that's not for you. Sometimes it's better to lose weight slower than faster. I've seen with a large group of people, the ones that lost slower, they had less skin. So I don't know. Everybody is different. And the next thing is that your surgeon won't have all your answers, and it's just because he's the surgeon. His specialty is in doing the surgery, making sure it's done well, and taking care of your needs that way. A dietitian is somebody who can lead you in nutrition. Your trainer can lead you in your exercises. Your counselor or whoever you use can lead you in getting rid of the mental and allowing yourself to be, for me, it's just God refining me over and over and over again. And I know that this isn't going to be for everyone, but I just want to share with you something that happened last week, because I've been having a hard time with it being 2 years post-op, and I hadn't hit my goal weight because it was something that I really wanted to do for myself, and it was something I really, really wanted to see happen. And I still haven't. I'm very close, but it still feels so far away. And the other day I was just driving, I was by myself, and the Lord, I just saw a picture of who I know would be Jesus, and he had a book open, and he was reading it, and he was studying it very intently. And I just heard him say that he was studying me, but not in a bad way, but like we were made in his image, right? And he was studying all about me and everything about, he already knows, but it was like my book of my life that he was studying and going through. And it was like he was intently looking at how awesome nothing bad. He wasn't pointing out anything bad, but what his will was for my life. He was going over it, studying it and watching me, and studying it and watching me. So it was just very encouraging. And I know that might not be for everyone, but for me, it was exactly what I needed, because I was having a hard time with not reaching that goal weight yet. And I know it's just a number, but for me, it was something really important that I wanted to do with my surgery, and not to brag about it or not to have it to say, I made it to my goal weight or whatever, but just to do that for myself and work to get there. But now I'm seeing that it's a much bigger picture than that, because even though I haven't gotten to my goal weight yet, I've done all these other things, and God has received the glory in every step of the process. So if maybe you needed to hear that, I don't know, but I sure needed it. And the last thing is that exercise is important, but not when you're consuming very low calories, like the 400 or 500 a day that you're going to be doing in the beginning. there's no need in pushing yourself for an hour and a half a day in the gym with only consuming that low of calories. For one, it's going to torture your body. You are not going to lose weight, and you are just going to spin your wheels. And for two, it's hard mentally. You get dizzy and physically and all of those things. So exercise is very important, but not at the very beginning. In the very beginning, you're just adapting to this new way of eating, your new stomach, everything is new. So while yes, exercise is important, in the beginning when you're not consuming a lot, I wouldn't stress it so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me over on Instagram at jordan2_lee, and I will see you guys in the next video.